If you have an idea that you genuinely believe is meaningful or useful, do not immediately give up just because someone criticizes it or tells you that it will not work. Sometimes people will discourage you because they do not understand your vision. They may see the risks, but not see the possibility you see. If you have an idea to do something and you tell someone about it, and they immediately say, "That will never work." If you believe them without even trying, you may give up on something that could have become valuable. Does not mean believing every idea you have is a good idea. You should still think carefully. Ask yourself, is this idea actually useful? What problem does it solve? Have I researched it? What could go wrong? Can I improve it? What do people I trust think about it? Listen to criticism, especially from people who have experience and genuinely want to help you. But don't automatically accept every negative opinion either. There is a difference between wise criticism and unnecessary discouragement. Wise criticism says, "I see potential in your idea, but I think this part needs improvement." Unhelpful criticism says, "You'll never be able to do that." The first can help you grow. The second may simply make you afraid to try. If there is something that you feel is good, something you want to do, something that means something to you, try to do it. You will never know what is possible if you never take action. You do not need a guarantee of success before beginning. You need enough courage to test the idea. Maybe it works. Maybe it fails. Maybe you discover that you need to change your approach. Either way, you learn something. You can only do your best work if you're doing what you want to do and if you're doing it the way you think it should be done. When you genuinely care about what you are doing, you are more likely to give it your best effort. You pay attention to details. You keep improving. You care about the final result. You can look at it and say, "I did that, and I think it's pretty good." It does not have to be famous. It does not have to make you rich. It does not even have to be perfect. There is satisfaction in knowing, "I had an idea. I worked on it. I gave it my best, and I am proud that I tried." If you have a meaningful idea, do not abandon it simply because someone does not believe in it. Listen to wise criticism, improve your idea, and then have the courage to act. You do not need everyone to understand your vision. Sometimes you have to believe enough in your purpose to take the first step. And when you finish, one of the greatest rewards is being able to look back and honestly say, "I gave it my best, and I am proud that I did it." The good approach is, believe in your ideas, listen to good advice, improve your idea, take action, learn from the results. Confidence comes from taking action. You don't need to feel ready to start. Just start, and confidence will follow. A lot of people delay their dreams because they think, "I need more confidence first. I need to know everything before I begin. I will start when I feel less afraid. I will try when I become better." Confidence usually does not come before action. It comes because of action. Imagine someone who wants to learn how to speak in public. Before their first speech, they may feel nervous. Their hands may shake, their voice may feel uncertain, and they may worry about making mistakes. But after giving several speeches, they become more comfortable. Where did their confidence come from? It came from experience. They did not wait until they were confident to speak. They became confident because they spoke. Every time you take a step forward, you prove to yourself, "I can do this. I can learn. I can improve." Those small victories build confidence. Fear is not always a sign that you should stop. Sometimes fear is a sign that you are entering a place where growth can happen. For example, if you feel nervous about starting something new, it may simply mean that you are stepping into unfamiliar territory. Almost everyone feels uncertainty when they are growing. The difference between confident people and insecure people is often not that one group feels no fear. The difference is that confident people learn to act despite fear. A wise person prepares, learns, seeks advice, and then takes action. You do not need to know everything. You just need enough courage to take the next step. Do not wait for confidence before you begin. Take action, learn from experience, and allow confidence to grow along the way. Every step you take builds courage and proves that you are capable of more than you thought. You do not become confident by avoiding challenges. You become confident by facing them, learning from them, and trusting God through the process. Not everyone will support you, and that's okay. Some people won't understand your journey. Stay focused and surround yourself with those who do. You should not expect everyone to understand, support, or agree with the path you choose in life. Every person has different experiences, beliefs, fears, and perspectives. Because of this, some people may not understand your dreams, your goals, or the changes you're making, and that is okay. Many people become discouraged because they expect everyone around them to support their decisions. They think, if they love me, they should understand everything I do. If my idea is good, everyone should agree with it. If I am doing the right thing, nobody should criticize me. But life does not work that way. Even when you are making positive changes, some people may question you, doubt you, or discourage you. Some people won't understand your journey. People can only see life through their own experiences. Someone who has never taken a risk may not understand why you want to start something new. Someone who has never pursued a dream may think your goals are unrealistic. Someone who is comfortable where they are may not understand why you want to grow and change. Their lack of understanding does not always mean you are wrong. Sometimes it simply means they are seeing your journey from a different perspective. You cannot build your life around everyone's opinion. If you spend all your energy trying to convince everyone, you may lose focus on the purpose you are pursuing. Stay focused. Continue doing what is right, even when everyone does not understand. Understand your purpose and refuse to abandon your path simply because someone disagrees. Does not mean you should ignore all criticism. Sometimes people offer valuable advice that helps you grow. Wisdom is knowing the difference between someone trying to help you improve and someone simply trying to discourage you because they do not understand. You have to ask yourself, is this advice coming from love and wisdom? Can I learn something from it? Does it help me become better? If yes, receive it humbly. If it is only negativity without truth, do not allow it to control you. Choose relationships with people who encourage your growth, respect your values, and want to see you become better. You need people who will encourage you when life is difficult, correct you when you are wrong, celebrate your progress, remind you of your purpose. Not everyone will understand your journey, and not everyone will support your decisions. Do not waste your life trying to convince everyone to believe in your vision. Listen to wise advice, remain humble, and stay faithful to the path. Surround yourself with people who encourage growth. Your words shape your reality. Speak positively about yourself and your future. Your words have power, use them wisely. The words you repeatedly speak can influence the way you think, the way you feel, and the actions you take. Your words do not magically control everything that happens in your life, but they can shape your mindset and behavior over time. Many people speak negatively about themselves without realizing how much those words affect them. They say, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Nothing ever works for me. I'll always be like this. My future is hopeless. When you repeat these statements again and again, you begin to believe them. Once you believe them, you may stop trying, stop learning, and stop looking for opportunities. Speak positively about yourself and your future. Instead of saying, I'm terrible at this, you can say, I'm still learning this, and I can improve with practice. Instead of, I'll never succeed, you can say, I may face difficulties, but I can keep learning and moving forward. Notice the difference. The second statements are not pretending that everything is perfect. They simply leave room for hope, growth, and action. Your words can influence your mindset. If you constantly tell yourself that you are incapable, you may avoid opportunities. If you remind yourself that you can learn and improve, you are more likely to try. This is why words matter. However, we should be careful with the statement, your words shape your reality. Does not mean that saying something automatically makes it happen. If you say, I am rich, that does not automatically put money in your bank account. If you say, I will never face problems, that does not mean problems will disappear. Life includes circumstances that are outside your control. A more accurate lesson is, Your words shape your mindset, and your mindset influences your actions. Your actions then help shape your future. If you speak words that encourage courage and responsibility, you are more likely to take constructive action. If you constantly speak words of defeat, you may become passive and stop trying. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death." This reminds us that our words can deeply affect ourselves and other people. Think about how powerful a simple sentence can be. A parent says to a child, "You can learn, keep trying." Those words can encourage the child for years. But if someone constantly says, "You'll never amount to anything," those words can create deep wounds. Our words can build people up or tear them down. That is why we should be intentional about how we speak to ourselves and others. Sometimes we need to acknowledge problems, instead of saying everything is perfect. You can say, "This situation is difficult, but I will face it one step at a time." That is positive and honest. Be careful about the words you repeatedly speak. Your words influence your thoughts, your mindset, and your actions. Do not use your mouth to constantly predict failure or condemn yourself. Speak honestly, but speak with hope. Remind yourself that you can learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Simplicity brings clarity. The simpler your life, the less stress you'll have. Cut out distractions and focus on what truly matters. Many people make their lives complicated without realizing it. They try to do too many things at once. They say yes to every request. They spend hours scrolling through social media. They worry about other people's opinions. They fill their schedules with unnecessary activities. They constantly chase more money, more possessions, more attention, and more achievements. Eventually, they become tired and stressed. Simplicity brings clarity. When your life becomes simpler, it becomes easier to see what really matters. When you remove unnecessary distractions, you create more space for the things that matter. Instead of trying to accomplish 10 major goals at the same time, you might choose 2 or 3 important priorities. Instead of spending hours consuming information online that adds little value to your life, you could use some of that time to read, learn, exercise, pray, or spend time with the people you love. Instead of trying to impress everyone, you can focus on living according to your values. Simplicity is more about reducing unnecessary distractions than simply owning very little. It's about knowing what truly matters and refusing to let unimportant things take control of your life. You can have money without making money the center of your life. You can build a successful career without sacrificing your peace. You can own many things without becoming controlled by the things you own. True simplicity is not about having less. It is about knowing what matters most, removing what does not, and making room for the things that give your life real meaning. The real question is not, how much can I have, but how much do I actually need to live a meaningful life? Cut out distractions and focus on what truly matters. Sometimes saying no is necessary because every yes has a cost. When you say yes to something unnecessary, you are saying no to something else that could have been more valuable. If you spend 3 hours every evening on your phone, those 3 hours cannot also be spent developing a skill, spending time with family, or resting properly. That's why simplicity is connected to time management and priorities. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What am I spending too much time on? What constantly steals my attention? Which commitments are unnecessary? What can I remove from my life? You may discover that some of your stress is not coming from having too many problems. It may be coming from trying to carry too many unnecessary things at once. You do not need to fill your life with more things to make it meaningful. Sometimes you need to remove what is unnecessary. Simplify your schedule, reduce distractions, protect your time, and focus on the people, values, responsibilities, and purposes that truly matter. A simpler life does not mean an empty life. It can create more room for peace, purpose, relationships, growth, and God.